terms of potential, um, we're importing 99.6% of our dairy needs. So only 0.04%, not even half of 1%, is filled by the local dairy farmers, no. Okay, the business I started is an ice cream business named Carmen's Best. We incorporated in 2009 and we started selling in the public in 2011. But the reason why I got into ice cream was because my father and his friends put up a dairy farm in Bai, Laguna, long-term lease, 27 hectares in the area, and put up a dairy farm uh, that would produce fresh milk, coming from cows that were flown in from New Zealand. So the idea was to do fresh milk, 100% fresh milk for people in the area. That was the primary idea. So the first year of operation, I was not really sold into wanting to be part of the dairy farm. And after 1 year, my father asked me to help sell the milk. So I remember that weekend, I had a trip to a resort in Palawan, and it just so happened that the general manager was a lady from New Zealand. So we started talking about fresh milk and farms and cows and all that, and sent them samples of our fresh milk at that time to their hangar in Pasay City, and they started ordering from us fresh milk. So I was thinking to myself, wow, if this high-end um, resort chooses our milk, I can make something really special with the milk to do ice cream or whatever, no? And that's where the journey really started. Um, we incorporated a company in 2009, and then we sort of product developed many different dairy products, but decided to stick with ice cream production. I think more than anything, I enjoyed eating it. So I was the main market for the ice cream. So the flavors, the development of um, types of ice cream. Eventually we got into making alcohol-infused ice cream, and then we also made um, a, a lower priced ice cream, like a budget ice cream. But it all came from um, the idea of serving the market with a premium product, or a product that was not serving a niche in the market. When we started making ice cream in 2011, there was no real ice cream, premium ice cream manufacturer targeting the A and B market. And that's what we did. We started making ice cream primarily for the A and B market. We were not concerned about selling to the mass market, because since we were using the fresh milk from our farm, we were only limited with the output of ice cream we could make, since we were using just the milk from our dairy farm. We were not looking to use milk from other suppliers. We just wanted to use the milk from our farm. Actually, that was the main reason. We didn't want to throw away the milk anymore, so we made it into another product, which was ice cream. The bigger companies, which are all publicly listed companies, whether it's Selecta, Magnolia, Nestle, we purposely did not want to go head to head, and go against them, because we didn't feel that we had, the capital and um, how do you say, the number of people and the market that we wanted to capture. No, I think from day one we really wanted to make the best ice cream. We were not talking about market share. We were not talking about profitability. We just wanted to make the best ice cream. So if there was somebody who wanted to eat extremely good ice cream, they would buy our brand. Diba? So we stuck to that. We kept on making ice cream the way we wanted to make it. We didn't follow what the majority of the market wanted, what the majority of the market wanted in terms of pricing and so on. We just made the ice cream and felt that build it and they will come. so we made the Carmen's Best, and people just naturally came to start patronizing our product. Well, I think if you're you're limited with your capital and you don't have a lot of manpower, and that's what happened with us. I mean, when we started, we didn't have enough money to hire people to help us make the ice cream. So I was making the ice cream. We didn't have enough money to hire drivers or what, so I was using my family driver to help deliver. So when you start small, you really have to cater to a part of the market that's not being served. So if your product or service is catering to that market, it's going to be a slow growth, and you just have to stick to it. We started in 2011, but we hired our first full-time person 3 years after we started. So the first full-time person we hired was a food tech, and she was hired in 2014. So it takes time for a business. It takes time. Well, I think if you do something you really enjoy, you will continue to want to learn or know more about what you're doing. You'll always want to research, diba? And find out more about the product or service that you are offering to the market. And in my case, I studied business management for my undergrad, and I took an entrepreneurship course in AIM. So I don't have any culinary or pastry background. So since I was dealing with so many people who owned restaurants or hotels and had a lot of culinary background, I felt that I needed to learn a little bit more about the ice cream, so I wouldn't look so clueless when they would talk to me, no? So I searched in the internet who had the best ice cream course that was being offered, and it happened to be in the Penn State School of Agriculture in the U.S. And apparently that's where Ben and Jerry studied ice cream making in the 70s. So I took a course there in 2013, and the rest, they say, is history. So yeah, I think the best way to sort of get into a rhythm is to, as they say, get the low-lying fruit. So low-lying fruit would be friends and family or neighbors who have restaurants or coffee shops that we could sell to, right? So the first person I reached out to, I remember, was Miss Chitwan of Echo Store, and she had just opened an Echo Store in Serendra and in Quezon Avenue. I forget the name, but it's a group of Lushotan who opened a mall area there. So immediately I had an outlet in Quezon City for the Quezon Avenue corner EDSA Echo Store, and then we were also in the Echo Store in Serendra BGC, which was considered Makati at the time, no? so immediately I have a Quezon City and I have a Makati location, but I didn't take into consideration the logistic cost. So I couldn't sell naman the price of the ice cream in Quezon City different from the one in Alabang, because we had the price na in Alabang, no? So of course I couldn't increase the price, so we just kept it at the same price, and it all worked out naman. And little by little, as I mentioned about a snowball effect, where as the snowball goes down a hill, it gets bigger and bigger. We were getting more people to join in the bandwagon to sell the ice cream, to try it, and we make it so different that the product really spoke for itself. There have been people who reached out and they say they want to sell our ice cream, and then I ask them, have you tried our product? And if they say no, I tell them, please try our ice cream first. Kasi number one, they might not be agreeable with the price, for one, diba? Maybe they might not be the market for our product. If they're not the market for our product, I don't think they'll be successful in selling our product, kasi they don't believe in it, eh. So I think the person who's selling your product has to believe in what you're doing first, and the reason behind how you do things and what you're doing, and just how you do business. So I think we've been quite fortunate that majority of the people who sell our ice cream have the same mindset as we do. So same value system, same character. In terms of potential, we're importing 99.6% of our dairy needs. So only 0.04%, not even half of 1%, is filled by the local dairy farmers, no. So I think the potential is huge, whether it's in the yogurt, it's in the fresh milk, or it's in the ice cream category. I mean, these are multi-billion peso industries. So understanding that we cater to a niche market because it's a little bit on the premium side, um, and a bulk of that billion peso industry, whether it's ice cream or fresh milk, is not really premium. You're just looking at a little bit of each category, from ice cream to yogurt to milk to cheese. Yeah. So it's just getting of the top part of the different categories. I see a lot of entrepreneurs looking for a quick buck. They're looking for ano bang racket natin, or ano yung hot ngayon. And I think if your approach is to just make money, it's going to be difficult, because understanding that you'll be spending a lot of time and maybe 6 7 days out of your week doing work in your company, and if you're really not into it, talagang you won't spend time doing your business. But if, like me, I love doing the ice cream and testing different recipes, or talking to people about it, seeing their reaction the first time they try it. I mean, it had such a great I had such a great feeling whenever I would see the reaction of people who tried the ice cream the first time. Like, I'm sure you still remember the first time you tried it. So that's how much impact the ice cream has to people's lives. It's like, oh, I remember when I gave it to my lola, and she was about, she passed away 3 years ago, but her favorite flavor was so and so. And so parang we're part of many people's family history na, in a way, no, the last 10 years.